channel, or welcome if you're new. As you can see, we have a guest today. As always, they're always with me. Welcome to my channel and welcome to a brand new video. And today we are building with the new pack, Horse Ranch. Well, another cat just showed up. Hi, what do you want? He just wants to talk, apparently. The new pack is finally out. It's called Horse Ranch. I'm fairly certain that the majority of you already knows this information and it's not like groundbreaking or anything. But yeah, I built a sort of winery. Obviously, I had to build it inspired by Italy because yeah, apparently I cannot build anything else. I just can't help it. I find Italian buildings so charming and fascinating. I just cannot help building them. They are also very much fun for me to build. But anyway, alongside the new Horse Ranch pack, and we are going to talk about it a little bit later, I just wanted to acknowledge the fact that we also got a huge base game update. And with this update, we are now finally able to paint ceilings. I've been wanting this feature for so long because having a completely white ceiling is fine for certain builds, mostly like modern builds in which your walls are already white, so it makes sense for the ceiling to be white as well. But there are other builds in which it would be nice to have a colored ceiling or a stone ceiling, a wooden ceiling, whatever. So it's really nice to finally have this feature. I'm very satisfied with it, and obviously I took advantage of it in this build because all of the ceilings in this particular one are made with stone, which I think gives a lot more character to the build itself. So I'm very satisfied with how it looks. If you can hear some noises, it's because here it's very windy today and also very hot. So it may be that the wind makes some noises when it crashes into the window, even though the window is closed. We have to deal with it today, so yeah, that's what we are rolling in. Anyway, let's talk a bit about Horse Ranch, which is the brand new expansion pack that came out for The Sims 4. I really like this expansion pack, mostly because obviously we have gotten new animals, because not only horses were added but also mini sheep and mini goats. You would have to see this, but there is my cat standing outside the window crying because it's closed when the door, which is there, is open. Give me a second. Cosa c'è? Vieni. He made me open the window when the door is open. Vieni. There he is. He decided to say hello as well. Hi. What do you want? As I was saying, the new pack. I'm very excited to be getting new animals. As you probably all know, I'm a veterinary student. I'm almost done with my exams, so I'm almost a doctor actually. And I always get so incredibly excited when we get new animals. And this time around we got horses, but also mini sheep and mini goats. And let me say this, the sheep and the goats are so extremely adorable. They're just so cute, they jump around and the goats scream. They're just chef kiss. I just love them so much and they're so well done. I also love how much we can customize our horses, because in Create a Sim it works a bit like cats and dogs, where you can paint them and decide their breed and just do whatever you want with them. It's kind of funny that we have more color swatches for horses and cats and dogs, since we have a color wheel, than for Sims, which is kind of sad. But anyway, we're not here to talk about Create a Sim. I actually don't care about Create a Sim. But I did play a bit with horses. I was so excited to try them out. In this build there is everything you would need for a couple of horses, because I've created like a sort of barn or stable, and there is room for 2 horses. And not only horses, I have also included a cow shed from Cottage Living and also the chicken coops from Cottage Living still. so you can have a proper farm here. Although it's a bit hard to manage, I found myself struggling a bit while playing, and my cow, which I named Daisy, wanted to run away because I forgot to clean and to feed her. My bad, I'm sorry Daisy, I will do better, I promise. But now, talking a bit more about this build. Obviously it's built in Chestnut Ridge. Is it the name? I think so. The new world. Anyway, it's built there on the 64x64 lot because I saw an item in debug while there was early access from the EA Creator Network program. It's a sort of Vine item, it's in live edit, so you need to insert the double cheats to show the debug and live edit objects. All of the cheats I used are always in the description box down below if you're curious. Anyway, it's in live edit and it's a Vine item with actual grapes on it. And as soon as I saw that item, I just was set. And I knew I wanted to build a winery, and of course I had to build it inspired by Italy because no one is surprised by the time. I always build things inspired by Italy. It's just in my blood. I just love Italian builds. They are so cute and I don't know, I just like them. I really hope you like them too. I think by the time they became my signature build. Hopefully you like them as well and you enjoy them. As soon as I saw that debug item, that debug vine, I knew I wanted to build a winery, also because with the new pack, alongside horses, sheep and goats and what have you, we also got a brand new skill, which is the nectar making skill, or well, if you want to simplify it, they just make wine, and you can make wine with a ton of different tastes and flavors, obviously with grapes, but also with so many other things. I think also strawberries, potatoes and things like that, and obviously also weird ingredients. It's the Sims after all, no one is surprised. Apart from the vines, I've also included in the basement a little cellar or winery making station. I am not sure how to define it, but you'll see it in the video obviously. And alongside that I also made a little wine tasting station, both in the basement, in the cellar. I think it's very romantic down there. And also outside there is like a lake, and in front of it I placed many bar stools and some barrels where your Sims can sit down and enjoy and taste their nectar or wine, however you want to call it. As always, building on a 64x64 lot is a ton of work, and that's why it took me this long to get this video out and to finish this build. Because actually the house itself is not that messy, but the landscaping part took me so freaking long. So that's why everyone was posting videos about the new pack, and I arrived, as we say in Italian, after the dust. I'm slow, you all know it, it's not a news, and we'll have to deal with it. And speaking a bit more about the build, this build has 4 bedrooms and 5 or 6 bathrooms, I don't remember. I made so many bathrooms in this house and I'm only showing you one because all of the other bathrooms are kind of boring, they're just bathrooms. So I'm only showing you the ensuite bathroom for the primary bedroom, so the parents' bedroom. Apart from the parents' bedroom, primary bedroom, whatever you want to call it, there is also a cute nursery for an infant, and then a kids or teens room, although I have included so many toys, so maybe it's more a kid than a teen. It's more like an in-between, like a kid transitioning into a teen maybe. I don't know, anyway, that bedroom can be for whoever you want. There is also a bedroom on the first floor or ground floor. I envisioned it for grandparents, but it can be for whoever. Actually, there is a double bed and a vanity. Then there is also like a study room with a desk and a computer, but that one can be turned into a bedroom as well. So in this house there is actually a lot of room. It's kind of a big house, but I mean, it's on a 64x64 lot. Considering the dimensions of this lot, the house is not that big. There is also a swimming pool, and as I said before, there is also a pond or a lake. It's like a really tiny lake, so I don't know if it can be considered a lake, maybe it's more like a pond. I've used many of the VFX effects with doves and ducks. It's very cute. I just loved it so much. I really like the videos I shot for the tour that you can find at the end of the video as per usual. And you can also find this build on the gallery. My ID is Giuliabuilds, the same as here, and you can also find the tray files there on my Tumblr, which is the same as here, Giuliabuilds. I'm basically Giuliabuilds everywhere. You cannot see this, but my cat is now playing with my feet. Thank you. My favorite part of this house must be the kitchen. I know it's always a cliche because in every build I always say that my favorite part is the kitchen. I love building kitchens, it's not a news, I just adore them. And for this kitchen I did something special. I did this also in another one of my builds, I don't remember which one. Maybe it was my Tuscan Villas or something, I don't know. Anyway, I will have it linked in a card that you can find either up there or up there, I don't know where they appear. I've used a trick, which is using an archway, but the archway is actually in the basement. So I placed the archway in the basement and then I raised it up with the 9 key and with a little bit of help of the tool mod by Twisted Maxi. You can find it linked in the description down below. I highly recommend to download it, it's such a game changer. Alongside Better Build Buy. And funny story, when the pack came out, obviously all of the mods were broken, so I didn't have tool or Better Build and Buy, and I felt so lost. I couldn't build anything because I'm so used to rely on these mods that it was such a nightmare to try and build. I cannot function without them. I actually had to wait until these mods were updated to start building again. It wasn't fun, not at all. Mostly when you're dealing with raised terrain, like I was with this build, it's such a pain to landscape because all of the bushes and greenery will float. And the tool mod allows me to sink them into the ground and makes life so much easier. So this kitchen, I always get sidetracked. Anyway, I've used this archway, I placed it in the basement and I raised it up with the 9 key and with the tool mod because in many Italian kitchens, mostly the ones in older buildings, the kitchen counters are underneath an archway and I found it so charming and so rustic. So I tried to replicate it and it wasn't easy because at first it wasn't looking as I wanted, but eventually I made it and I absolutely adore how it turned out. As always, I didn't use any custom content, I never do, unless it's specified. And if I do use custom content, you will see it in the title, so don't worry, no custom content was used. But I did use, as always, gallery art from the gallery. I absolutely love gallery art and I thank all of the gallery artists that post them. All of the names of the creators are on screen as soon as I use that specific art, so you can find them as well. You're back! You're back! Hi, you're back. He's back. Say hello. Hi. Say hello. Hi. He doesn't want to say hello. Speaking of build and buy of the new pack, because I realized I've talked about gameplay, which is not usually what interests me, and I haven't talked about build and buy. I kind of like the build and buy we got. It's very rustic and the wood textures almost look like Alpha CC. Some items are very pretty. My favorite one has to be, maybe it's the doors and windows, but not all doors and windows, if you get me. Only the big windows I've used in the modern part, like in the modern extension, which is the kitchen / dining. I quite enjoyed those are pretty, and many items are pretty, but some of them are a bit too chunky for my tastes, although I tried to use a lot of them in this build, and I actually didn't limit the pack usage with this one, I'm sorry. But I just wanted it to be perfect. I'd say the most useful packs for this build were My Wedding Stories, because Italy, Cottage Living and the Horse Ranch expansion pack. We are actually almost at the end of this video and the tour is approaching. I really hope you liked it. And if you download it, let me know. And if you play in it, send me some screenshots. I'm always curious to see them. And my cat wants to say hello as well. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you all in my next video. Bye! It's very hot. I mean, oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no.